7 years of famine and 7 years of plenty. And what does all that have to do with? I hope you follow along with me in my day because I have a lot to show you and I have a lot to talk about. So come on everyone, let's get started on my day. First, we have to go Tractor Supply. I need to get some shavings and we need to get some tools to work. All right, jumping in the car and heading into town. Bye-bye, Homestead. See you soon. Woohoo! All right, everyone, we got what we need. Now we'll go home and fix everything up. All right, everyone, I got to keep on working. I'll see you in just a little bit. All right, everybody, I got it done. I'm done for this year. As soon as all the leaves fall from the tree, we put about 4 inches of leaves on the garden. I will not have to rototill it again until the spring. All right, we can cross this off our list today. Whew, thank goodness this is done. Let's get done tilling the garden. Excuse the way I look. This is exactly how I look. You know, when you homestead and when you do this kind of work, it's hard work. Your hands are dirty. Your face is dirty, you're sweaty. Why do I go to all of this bother? Why am I bothering to do all of this? I've got a lot of questions about that. People have questioned over and over again, why would I even do all of this work? What's the point of it? You know, I have been doing some videos on prepping. See, prepping is my #1 passion. I love to prep. Why do I love to prep? It's so much hard work because I do believe that there is wisdom in prepping. For 5 years, I talked about prepping, I talked about canning and all these things, and I did it in a way that was very mild. In other words, I didn't have titles that say, "The end of the world as we know it," or I didn't have titles that said, "Prepare now, tomorrow is doomed forever." I do believe that times are hard, but I know not everybody can prep. A person had given me a comment and they said, everybody is making these videos, find something new to do a content on, find something original. You know what? Not everybody is me. Not everybody lives in a 1963 double wide. Not everybody lives on 1 acre. Not everybody lives like I do. And so while we watch all these videos, we can really get a lot of wisdom and value through them. Not everybody is 51-year-old female that is a homemaker her whole life and is talking about prepping. Not everybody is that way. And so while lots of people are doing similar things, not everybody is doing it this exact way. And maybe what somebody does a video on, they may not relate to them, but maybe they can relate to me or vice versa. And I wanted to show you the nitty-gritty of it all. You know, I don't know. I don't know what the future is going to hold, but I do know that things are rough and things are tough. And if I have the ability and the knowledge and skill and the willingness to learn, this is what I'm going to be doing. In 2010, we lived a very different lifestyle. We lived for today. We didn't worry about tomorrow. And when our world came crashing down, which my story is up here, I have lots of videos on my story, we decided, and it was a mutual agreement that we were going to change our life and we were going to be different. And we are. We are so different. And we were going to homestead, and we were going to live off the land as much as we can. Yes, we go to Tractor Supply, and yes, we go to the grocery store because we can. But what happens if we couldn't? That is the #1 journey, adventure, game, whatever you want to call it. That's the #1 thing that I have been working on ever since 2010. I've learned a lot. I learned a lot through books, but I learned a lot through hard knocks. Yeah, hard knocks. You know, when you buy a place and it doesn't work, and you paid cash, and that's all you have, you make it work. And that's what we did. When we bought this place 11 years ago, we paid cash because we were desperate to be out of debt, and we bought a place that didn't work. What do you mean it didn't work? You name it. The roof was leaking. The plumbing wasn't working for years and years and years and years. And I still have plumbing issues. It's not totally fixed, and we'll get it fixed when the time is needed, when the time is right. But right now, we got all we could done that was really important. I learned what it was like to live without hot water. I learned what it was like to live without running water for a while. I learned what it was like to not have any lights in my house. I learned all of these things because I had to. I was desperate to learn these things, and that's before even YouTube. I didn't even know about YouTube all those years. I had books. I would go to the library and I would read lots and lots and lots of books. A lot of religious and fundamentalists, you know, talk about the 7 years of plenty and the 7 years of famine, you know, the parable in the Bible. I do believe we had a lot of years of plenty. I mean, look at the 90s. Like, it was, woohoo, let's go to the mall and shop. The 90s were typically acclaimed to be really affluent. And then we had a lot of bumps since then. Little bumps and big bumps. Mountains and mountains and mountains. I don't know what next year is going to hold. This year for me has been a lot of mental changes in my life, just directions on how I want to be. But one thing has always been the same as I'm Homestead Tessie, and I love to prep. Why do I like to prep? I like the feeling of knowing that I can provide for our family. Now, yes, that involves resources from other places, but I'm at the point in my life that if the world would shut down today, I would be sitting much better than the average person. I wouldn't be sitting pretty, like they say, but I would be sitting a lot better. I've learned these things. I've lived days, and I have videos on challenges where I went a whole month without any resources and used the rainwater to bathe in. I have videos washing and bathing with the rainwater. I have all kinds of stuff. Because to me, those were just drills on how to live. The difference between me and a lot of channels is I'm not yelling at you. I'm not telling you, you better do this now. Times are getting tough, and mile-long lines at the grocery store, and the bread lines are waiting, and the Great Depression is here around the corner. I talk about all these things, but I do it in a cheerful manner because I think if you have the perspective of you wanting to learn in a cheerful manner, and it is something you want to learn, I think you can do it without the fear. Nothing to fear but fear itself. And that's the motto I take. And when the time comes, yes, there'll probably be a little fear in my heart, like everybody else, but my fear won't be as bad as what some people's fears would be, because I see it as a challenge. And so while there's many videos about this, not everybody is me. And so now I took my break and I got to continue to work. I have to clean up our fire area where we burn a lot of different things like paper and stuff like that. And then I have to clean the chicken house. You'll see the chicken run, because I want to do that before winter time. I'm going to get extremely dirty, like I'm always dirty. Look at my hands, people. Yeah, when I do my Thrifty Thursdays, I still have the dirty hands, but they're clean, they're stained. There's no fanciness with me. My little dirty fingers and hands. That's because I work. I'm a homesteader. This is what I do. I'm preparing. Because if times got tough and somebody comes knocking on my door, they ain't gonna worry about my hands. They're gonna worry about my heart. And is my heart gonna be open to help them out? All right, everyone, let's get started in the rest of the day. And then I gotta say goodbye to all of you because we don't wanna have a too long video now, do we? Since I have one every single day, you know, you get to spend every single day with me. Number one, I can take it back into the earth and compost it, and then I'll be set for wheelbarrow number two. It's getting kind of warm now. If you're new to my channel and you love these kind of videos about prepping, did you know I have hundreds and hundreds of videos on what to do in a survival situation right over here or right over here? It depends on where I put it. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.